But remembering these 4 things is not only just going to get you good form, it's going to level up your training. Hey guys, I'm back again today, and I'm going to be telling you all about how to get proper form and level up your training. So, most people kind of overlook this when they get started in weightlifting and going into the gym. So when people start training, they tend to forget that form is the base. Without proper form, any kind of movement you're doing is really not going to benefit you. You have to have the right form to be able to see any kind of benefit. So a quick rundown of why form is so important is, for one, it's going to make sure that you are getting your movements right and feeling it. Because proper form is going to target the right muscle. Say if you're doing a deadlift and you don't have the right form, you're probably going to be targeting more of your back than making sure you're getting your legs as well. Making sure that you have the right form is one of the most important factors when you start weight training. And not only does proper form help you get the right movement and work the right muscles, but it also prevents injury. Another example with deadlifts is, say if you're pulling mostly with your back while you're doing your deadlift, there's a big chance that you're probably going to end up injuring your back from trying to pull all that weight rather than distributing the weight all throughout your body. So now that you know why form is so important to keep you from being injured, getting the movement right, and making sure that you are engaging your muscles, we're going to start talking about how you can get the right form. Before you start anything, you're going to want to warm up. This can be a light 5 to 10 minute stretching, running on the treadmill, doing a brisk walk, any 5 to 10 minute activity to really get your body ready for the workout. The second thing you're going to want to make sure you're doing is having a mind-muscle connection. Making sure that you are connecting your mind with what muscle you're targeting is crucial when lifting weights. Now, for those of you who may not exactly know what that is, all this means is your brain is being focused on what muscle you're targeting. Take a bicep curl, for example. If you've got the weight and you're bringing it up and going back down, you want to make sure that you are being hyper-focused on what muscle you're targeting. And again, it's important to remember that if you're doing the movement wrong without proper form, you are going to injure yourself. So if you're daydreaming about something and you're not thinking about what you're doing, there's a chance that you could end up hurting yourself, which we don't want. We don't want you to get hurt. So make sure you're keeping your mind focused on what you're doing. The third thing you're going to want to do to get proper form is take it slow. Slow and controlled is so important, and a lot of people forget about this when they're working out. Many people go into the gym and want to do it as fast as they can, get as many reps, and they think they're doing something, but a lot of the times they're only using momentum. So if you're not keeping it slow and controlled, you don't have the time to feel that tension on whatever body part that you're working. So if someone is to go into the gym and do 30 quick reps of a bicep curl rather than a person who did 12 slow and controlled bicep curls, the other person is not getting a benefit because they're using the momentum to swing their arms. Whereas the person who is taking a slow and controlled, they are really focusing in on the muscle contracting and letting go. For example, using a kettlebell. People who are in the gym and they're just swinging that thing around, they're not doing anything but probably hurting themselves and have the potential to hit somebody in the face, which, if you know, kettlebells are dangerous. When you start swinging them things, you gotta watch out because if somebody is around, somebody's getting hurt. Those kettlebells, man, they're dangerous. So a tip to making sure that you're picking the right weight is your movement should be able to go for about 10 to 12 reps, and by that 10th one, you should be feeling a burn. The fourth and final thing to getting proper form is breathe. It's that simple. Breathe. People forget about breathing all the time. It took me so long to make sure that I was breathing in my workouts because a lot of people tend to forget about breath because they're focused on picking up that heavy weight, so they tend to hold in their breath. This is wrong. Do not do this. You want to make sure that you are giving your body the breath of breathing in and out because it's actually going to help you when you're lifting. So you should be breathing and exhaling out in the hardest part of your movement and breathing in on the easiest. Pay attention when you're doing a movement. What is the hardest part for you when you are doing it? Whatever that is when you're going to want to breathe out. And it's going to take a lot of practice to make sure that you are breathing right, but if you start from the beginning of incorporating breathing techniques into your training, you are going to help yourself out. I personally waited until a couple months in and I had already formed a bad habit of holding my breath. So let's recap. So the 4 things to make sure you're getting proper form is to warm up, have that mind-muscle connection. 3, use slow and controlled movements. And 4, breathe. Just breathe. Okay guys, I hope that you learned something from this video. I can do some more videos on how to get proper form for certain exercises if you want. This is just a general 4-point rule of thumb to help you make sure you are getting the right form in your training. Leave any other tips you have for getting proper form below to help everybody else get some more information, and I will see you next time. Bye!